What's up, everyone? So I'm back with another one from Vincent's Box of Fun. Today will be the SB7J, or the Scotch Bonnet 7 Jonah. This was developed by Patrick on THP, and it's been growing. It's in like the 4th, 5th, or 6th generation, depending on the grower right now. But this is a perfect looking specimen. It's tough to see in the pictures because it's such a squat pod, but it's, I mean, put it up, against my hand, it's definitely got a nice overall saucer shape to it and size. So let me cut this thing open and then take some pictures, and then be back for the review. It's got more of a bonnet smell to it. Nice high seed pocket, like I said, nice and squat. Not a ton of placenta, but a decent amount that's holding onto that seed pocket in there. Can't really see any oil in it. There is definitely oil on my knife. Citrus aroma, nice large sized seeds, and I would say somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 plus, so it's a heavy seed producer. Thick, lobed, you can definitely see almost like, imagine if the bell pepper was split into 4 lobes, where it's actually the body of the pepper goes all the way into the center where almost the stem is. So that's, I mean, it's in like little chambers in there. So alright, let me cut for a second, take a couple pictures, and I'll be back. Alright, so I cleaned out some of the seeds, took a few pictures. I got 2 halves here. I was going to eat the one. This is like review number 3 in a row, so I was going to eat the smaller one. But there was less placenta, so I'm going to eat the larger one with more placenta. So cheers. Very, dare I say, the fruitiest pepper I've ever tried. Very moist, crisp. As soon as I took a bite, I could really taste the fruitiness of the actual chili pepper. I would say it's one of the best tasting peppers, at least initially, I've ever had. Very, very, very good as far as fruit forward, not very bitter, not very capsaicin-y. And I kind of knew that. I'm making up words all the time. If you haven't been watching my videos, you would know this. Heat level is definitely nowhere near super hot level. My dog's gonna knock over this thing in a second. But I knew that going into this. The Scotch Bonnet 7 Jonah is definitely not up there in the super, or considered in the super level. I'd put this on par with the Scotch Bonnet, which is kind of unfortunate because I'd love to get this kind of a flavor with the heat of maybe not so much of a Jonah, but like up there in the 800s, something along that. Mouth burn, a lot of the tongue, side of the mouth, underneath the tongue, but definitely not like in a unbearable or not a unable to manage type heat level. There really is no build. I mean, I'd say disappointing heat level, honestly. At least with this one. Now I have had it, because it is still in the F stages and it's considered a hybrid. Pod shape, heat level, all those things vary. But like I said, it has got an unreal fruitiness to it. Stay away. You're gonna knock this over and I'm gonna be mad. Unmatched as far as flavor. It's really in a league of its own. It's interesting because when I bite into a lot of chili peppers, I get a very similar taste. I mean, you can always tongue, or the lips are kind of burning. now, but you can always kind of taste that similarities in between the peppers. When I bit this, I was like, wow, this is way different. Something I never tried before. So, yeah, quite exciting. It's always good to have something new. So let me, in order to not kind of belabor the point and drag this one on forever, got a little heat on the top of the stomach. I just ate and I had peanut butter, bananas, and milk after. So once I start moving around, things should settle. But I'm not going to drink anything immediately. But I would say heat level somewhere in the lower tier 3. Flavors tier 1, like all the way. Probably the best tasting chili pepper I've ever had in my life. Vigor and production or productivity, I really couldn't say. Haven't grown it. I tried to grow it 2 seasons ago. I had 10 seeds, none of them germinated. I was really disappointed, and so when I got my hands on this one, I was really excited about it. Because I wanted to try this thing for a while. So sauce, perfect for this. Doesn't really have the heat to carry it through to a powder. But the flavor you could probably get out of this in a sauce or a marinade would be awesome. I'd feel comfortable cutting up little pieces of this, sticking on a pizza, and having the wife just eat. I mean, I know she tried a little piece of the bubble gum, but she could definitely manage this heat level on a much larger scale. So I'd say it's definitely a must grow just for the flavor. Certain things can make it a must grow on my list, and flavor is definitely one of them. Heat will be one of them. But I'd try to stick to one of those 2 things. If it blows me away in heat, it blows me away in flavor. It's something definitely I'd want to grow. Excuse me. But if it's kind of mediocre in both of those, I can kind of push it off. But this one's definitely got the flavor, just not necessarily the heat. But you know, in some cases, it's definitely a good one to have because of that. You may not want something that's going to blow your palate out every time you take a bite, or you can use it in a little bit more applications. With the heat level on this, you can definitely use it a little bit more than you would be able to do something like a super. So, all right, I'm going to get to picking. I have a box to send out to a buddy tomorrow morning, so appreciate you guys taking the time out to watch. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them. Thanks.